Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's shailah.leshe. So I'm giving you travel tips on traveling out the country and traveling to Mexico specifically because I've been there twice already, so I feel like I got Mexico down, at least CABO. And people are always asking me like my experience when traveling out the country or going to Mexico, how I enjoyed my stay and the excursions that I do and all this stuff. And so I decided to just make a video about it because I was like, more people might be interested on my experience when traveling out the country and traveling to Mexico. So I was like, why don't I just give you guys some tips on traveling? So let's get into the video. Alright, so number one, before you decide to go anywhere, okay, I need you to get your passport. If you don't have your passport, what are you doing? You're not going out the country. You're not ready because you need to get that passport, okay? You need to get your passport. You can head out and collect them stamps on your passport, okay? I need you to get your passport. That's numero uno, okay? If you were trying to go out the country, that's the first thing you need to do. It's not expensive. It's like $100 and something. I can't remember the exact, but it's really not that bad. You get your passport, you go to like the post office or something, take your passport picture, and then you turn in all your stuff, and then they'll give it to you within like a couple weeks. Or if you're traveling like soon, like within a week, like you need your passport, if you show them your itinerary that you already have everything booked, they'll like rush ship you your passport. So that's good to know if you're like, if you need it like ASAP. That's the number one. After you got your passport, you know that you got the means to go somewhere. So then you can start figuring out where you want to stay and all that jazz, okay? Your hotel, resort, Airbnb, whatever that you decide to do, that's the next thing you have to figure out. For the first time when I went to Mexico, I went for my birthday. It was one of my birthday trips, and that time we stayed in an Airbnb. The second time I went to Mexico, I stayed at a resort, so I'm gonna tell you both experiences. But the first time, you guys, it was so nice. I had such an amazing time. That was like the best birthday I've ever had. So we stayed in the Airbnb. The Airbnb was like really nice because it was like gated. It had like a pool and a gym, and it had like a rooftop deck and an open patio. Like it was just really nice with a grill and a nice dining table area where you could eat on the patio and stuff. It was just so nice. And so stayed at the Airbnb, and the Airbnb, actually the host had a concierge service that came with that Airbnb. So like they went grocery shopping for us. We got to book all our excursions with the concierge, and booking with them gave us discounts on our excursions, which I'm gonna get into later on in the video. Yeah, it was just really nice for them to have a concierge service with their Airbnb. Even if you wanted a butler, you could get a butler, or if you wanted massages to come to your home, you could book that. Like it was just a list of so many different things that you could do with the concierge service. It was really nice. We definitely had them buy our groceries beforehand because we weren't gonna eat out every single day. Like I mean, if you want to do that, I mean you can, but some people don't want to eat out breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. So we like would cook breakfast or lunch or something here and there, or dinner sometimes, and then we would eat out the rest of the time. And it was really nice. They got the groceries for us beforehand, and so when we got to the house, like everything was ready and set to go. We could just get the groceries and cook whatever we needed. That was really nice to have that option for us, the concierge service. And I would link the Airbnb that I stayed at below just in case you guys want to check it out. It was a really nice experience, and I felt really safe. It was gated, like I said, so I think you guys would really enjoy it. And the concierge was so nice. Like anything that we needed, they were just ready and willing to help. Like Kathy, I think that was her name, she was just really great, and she made sure that everything on our itinerary was like done at like specific times, and we got in and got out, and it was just a really amazing experience. So secondly, you want to book your stay. After you do that, you want to get your flight. When traveling out the country, I would recommend Skiplag or Scott's cheap flights. Those are really good sites when traveling out the country. Skiplag, if you don't know, is a app where it'll show you all the different airlines for the cheapest prices, and if you book through Skiplag, they charge you like a little fee. But to get around that is you look on Skiplag for the flights, and then you go to the actual airline website to book the flight through the airline instead of booking it through Skiplag. Then you won't have to pay the Skiplag fee. Okay, so that's just a little jewel for you when booking your flights. But there's also another site called Scott's Cheap Flights, and they have like super cheap flights for traveling out of the country as well. So I would definitely recommend those two sites when you are looking for your flight. I think my flight was around $200. It was really cheap leaving from LA, because LA is kind of close to Mexico, so it wasn't that bad getting a flight to Mexico from LA. So after you have your passport, your flight books, and your stay, you want to make sure that you have transportation from the airport to your Airbnb or hotel or resort, wherever you decide to stay. You want to make sure that you have reliable transportation, so you can either set up transportation with the resort that you're staying at, or since we were with an Airbnb, we didn't know if we should take an Uber from the airport to the Airbnb or whatever. But our concierge, she didn't recommend taking an Uber to the Airbnb, because just like kind of in the States, there's like a lot going on with the Ubers and the taxis or whatever. So she said she didn't recommend us doing that, but she was able to book transportation for us to the Airbnb, and I believe it was like $40 each way or $20 each way, one of those. That's per person, so you want to make sure that you include that in your cost of traveling, your transportation to and from the airport, because you have to pay for both. So I would definitely do that next, and then I would pick out excursions. Oh my goodness, we had the best excursions when I went to CABO. Y'all, we had so much fun. We had so much fun. Listen, so first we did horseback riding and ATV on the beach. That was so nice because it was at sunset, and so like we were riding on the horses on the beach and the sun was going down, and it was just like a really nice vibe, really nice experience. It was so relaxing. But before we got on the horses, we did the ATVs, and that was super fun too. Like we rode around in like the desert area, in the mountains, and it was just such beautiful scenery, and it was just such a nice experience. It was so much fun. We had a blast, and then we got on the horses, and the horses were super fun. It was just a really beautiful experience. Like I just never seen something that beautiful before. Like the water just looked super blue and crisp and perfect. Like it was just such amazing experience just to see all the scenery and the mountains and the beach and the water and the trees and everything. It was just really, really nice. So I definitely recommend it. And going through the concierge service, we literally paid like $80 for all of that, like total. Per person though. I think it was like 44 ATVs, 44 horseback riding. That was with the discount that we had with the concierge service though. And it was like $80 total. Super, super affordable, you guys. Like I thought excursions were gonna be like $150, you know what I mean? And I think some really are that much. But like I said, we went through the concierge service and we got like super great deals. That's another plus with going through the Airbnb that I went through. So I would definitely recommend it. And after we picked out the excursions, oh, let me tell you about the rest of the excursions. So after we did the ATV and horseback riding, we did a snorkeling boat tour. That was so much fun, you guys. They had like, it was like this big boat, and they had like a dance floor on the top with like a full bar. And then on the bottom was like the family area where like the kids would stay and everything, but they had a taco bar at the bottom of the boat. So we went out snorkeling first, and we like went into the ocean. They gave us like life jackets and the little swimming shoes and everything that we needed, and the snorkeling gear, and we went out and we got to see all the fishes in the water, and it was just blue and beautiful. It was just like you could just see all the fishes swimming around your feet and everything. Like, it was so nice. It was such a good experience. And then once you finish snorkeling, you go to the taco bar, you get the tacos, you get your alcohol, because they won't let you drink before snorkeling. I don't really know why. I think it's something like they don't want you to be like drunk getting in the water or something. I don't know. But you have to drink after you go snorkeling. So after you go snorkeling, you get back on the boat, you have drinks, you have a full taco bar, and you can just keep going up to the bar, getting your drinks, whatever. And it was really fun. And it was my birthday, so they gave me like birthday shots, and we just had so much fun. We really like, we kicked it, for real. We kicked it, me and my friends. Like, we really kicked it. We had so much fun. Those were the 3 excursions that we did. And then we also went to the beach and hung out on the beach and just enjoyed and relaxed on the beach. And we ate on the beach. We had some really good food on the beach. Like, y'all, make sure you go, if you go to Cabo Beach, make sure you go and eat on the beach. Like, it's so good. Like, the guacamole and chips is bomb. They had some good wings. This is when I was used to eat chicken. They had some really good wings, and they just had really good food on the beach. So we were like under the little cabanas eating our food on the beach and relaxing. Like, it was just a vibe. It was such a vibe. So I definitely recommend it. I would definitely recommend making an itinerary. I had a full-blown itinerary for my trip. You guys, I'm a Virgo, so I got, everything has to be to the T, okay? To the T. And so I had a full itinerary. I made a list on all the activities that we were gonna do: going swimming, going to the beach, going to the excursions. I made a full itinerary, and that just really helped us like stay on track, so we just wouldn't be like all over the place, like, oh, what are we gonna do next and stuff like that. We went to the club in Cabo. We kicked it. Y'all, the clubs in Cabo are so much fun. They were playing like 2000s music the whole time in Cabo. Like, music that you haven't heard in so long, like Lean With It, Rock With It, and so much fun. And then like they will randomly give you free shots all the time. So we was just drinking and dancing, and we had a blast, okay? That's on period. So anywho, so after you have your itinerary, you have to prepare to leave for your trip. So make sure you have your sunscreens, all your essentials, your clothes, your bathing suits, your sunglasses, the whole 9. You need everything. And I will also recommend bringing a pen with you to the airport, because you're gonna have to fill out immigration papers, custom papers, and all these papers you're gonna have to fill out either on the plane or when you get to Mexico. And so definitely have a pen, because they do not be having extra pens, and you be waiting around waiting for a pen to use, and it's really annoying. So make sure you have a pen with you. And now that it's COVID, like, you have to fill out COVID forms too. So it was just like a lot of forms that you got to fill out. The first time I went to Mexico, there wasn't COVID, like that wasn't a thing, and so we just filled out the regular forms. But now you have COVID forms too, so you have to fill out COVID forms. And I think when you leave Mexico now, leaving out the country, you have to have a COVID test as well before you can come back to the States. When I went to Mexico, the second time I went to Mexico was during COVID. It was back in November. I didn't have to have a COVID test to get back in the States. They just made that rule. So definitely be aware of that. You're going to have to take a COVID test before you come back to the States. So when you finally get to Mexico, you're going to have to go through customs, okay? And they make you press this red button, okay? There's this red button that you have to press, and if the alarm goes off when you press the red button, they have to go through all your bags. It's so annoying. I haven't had that experience, knock on wood, but I've seen other people press the button and then they have to go through all their bags, and it's a lot. So they make you press this red button, everybody has to press it, and so it's just really annoying. You just want to, that's just a heads up, just in case it does happen to you and you do get picked. It's just at random, the alarm just goes off randomly when you press the button. So when you get there, you're gonna have to go through that. You're gonna have to go through the customs line, and after you get out the customs line, there's gonna be so many people coming up to you asking you if you need transportation and all this stuff. Just don't even listen to those people. Just continue to walk out of the airport, because they're gonna harass you literally, and you just have to ignore them. Like, once you get out the country, you'll see what I'm talking about. At the airport, they will bum rush you like, oh, do you need transportation? Do you need a taxi? Do you need this? Do you need that? And like, you know, you're new in the country, so you're like, yeah, I do, like, da, da, da. That's why it's good to have your transportation ahead of time, because they will try to scam you, okay, and make you pay all this extra money that you don't need to pay. So that's why it's good to book your transportation ahead of time, so then you could just go out. The transportation will be waiting there for you with the name of your resort or your name. Yeah, that's just a heads up. Ignore the people that come up to you about transportation. Oh, but before you leave out the airport, you want to stop at duty free. Duty free is tax free. If you didn't know, you get to buy alcohol and chocolates and perfumes and all this different stuff. It's like this huge store. Back in the day, I used to actually work there. But anywho, you can buy alcohol from there tax free, and you can bring it with you to the country, or you can buy it when you get inside the country. You can get alcohol from duty free. It's just a little less expensive to get it while you're at the airport than to like go out to the store and get the alcohol, because you get to pay, you don't have to pay tax on it. So I would recommend getting most of the alcohol like at duty free. They don't have everything, but they do have like a good selection of alcohol, so I would recommend doing that. And all those papers that you get that you have to fill out from customs, you want to keep those with you, because you're going to need them when you leave out the country. You're going to need one of the little forms, and if you forget it, you have to go through all this drama to get another form, and it might make you late for your flight when you're trying to go back to the States and all this stuff. So you want to make sure you hold on tight to those forms. When you get to your hotel, resort, or Airbnb, you want to make sure that you have extra water bottles with you, because you cannot brush your teeth with the water in Mexico. The water at hotels and resorts may be filtered, I'm not sure. I still brush my teeth with a water bottle even when I'm at the hotel or resort, because I just don't want to chance it. But the water in other countries, especially Mexico, can make you sick. It can give you a really bad stomach ache and make you have like the runs, and it's a lot. So you want to make sure that you are not drinking the tap water. You want to make sure that you always have bottled water. When you brush your teeth, have a water bottle. When you gargle, do it with a water bottle. You just don't want to consume any of the unfiltered water, unless you're like at a restaurant. They may have like filtered water or something like that, but I would just always recommend going with a bottle of water instead of like tap water. I would definitely tell you to be safe when going off of the resort or off of your Airbnb or your hotel. When you're going on the strip, going to the clubs, just be safe, because you know you are in a foreign country. You may not speak the same language. You know, you just want to stay safe. You want to stay with your group. Make sure that y'all are staying together and no one's just wandering off and doing their own thing, because you can easily get kidnapped in other countries and a lot of crazy stuff can happen, and we don't want that. Okay, we want you to be as safe as possible. So definitely stay with your group, and I will let you know that when you do go off the resort or off the Airbnb or your hotel, there will be people trying to sell you weed and cocaine and mollies and all type of stuff at the clubs. Like, they will just be standing at the club like, weed, cocaine, molly, what you need, what you need, what you need. Like, it's crazy. So you want to make sure that you're just staying away from all that craziness. Don't just be buying drugs from anybody off the street, y'all. Okay, I hope y'all have more sense than that. Okay, so Let's not do that. Let's be smart, okay? Uber worked really well in Mexico. We didn't have any problems with Uber. Some of the Uber drivers actually speak a little bit of English, so it really wasn't bad, like getting around Mexico with the Ubers. We would go to the beach in the Uber, we would go to the clubs in the Uber, and the Airbnb that we stayed at was like super close to the beaches and the clubs and the strip and everything, so it was just a perfect location. So I would definitely recommend the Airbnb that I stayed at, or you could do a resort. So when we did the resort, I will also link it below. We stayed at the Grand VELAS. Me and my mom, we went for Thanksgiving. We had an amazing time. It was beautiful. The scenery was beautiful. The resort was beautiful. We had an amazing time. We did like a Thanksgiving dinner for us on the day of Thanksgiving, because we got there the day of Thanksgiving, so we had like a Thanksgiving dinner, and it was really good. And then we just relaxed. We didn't do any excursions on this trip because we just wanted to get away, because Corona had hit and we have been locked down for the whole year. So we was just like, you know what, we just want to leave for a little bit, get a peace of mind. So on this trip, we actually just relaxed. We went to the pool a lot and laid out, got in the water and just drunk margaritas and pina coladas, and we just enjoyed ourselves, and we just relaxed, and that was really nice. The Grand VELAS is a little expensive, but they were definitely having good COVID deals, so I will definitely link it below just in case you are interested in staying in a resort. It was a beautiful resort. Like, they treat you like royalty. So that's one thing, that if you want to do a resort, like, you don't have to worry about anything. Like, they take care of everything. So that was really nice too, and it's all you can eat, so you know, you just wake up and eat. You don't have to worry about cooking and all this stuff. You could just go get you breakfast or lunch or dinner at the resort, because it's all inclusive. So I would definitely recommend an all-inclusive resort as well, because that's really nice when you just pay everything up front and you don't have to worry about anything else. But traveling during COVID, we had to keep our mask on. If we walked outside of the resort, we had to keep our mask on. They took our temperatures when we got to the resort. They made us have hand sanitizer everywhere. They had hand sanitizer for us. We would have to keep our mask on when we walked around the resort, but when we got to the pool or the restaurant, we was able to take our mask off. It was the same experience. You just had to wear a mask, just like we do every day now. It's like you still live life, you just have to wear a mask when you walk around, and then you can take your mask off when you go to restaurants and everything. So it was pretty much the same. We still enjoyed our experience even during COVID. It was just a little different having to wear a mask walking around, but nonetheless we still enjoyed ourselves. But other than that, I had a great time in Mexico. Both times I went to Cabo, and it was just the best experience. The water is absolutely breathtaking there, and the beaches, they're so relaxing, so beautiful. I really love Cabo. Like, that's one of my favorite places to visit. I've only been to Mexico, Dominican Republic. I would definitely say Mexico is like definitely my favorite out of the two. I also went to Puerto Rico, but that's not out of the country, so you know, but that was really nice too. But yeah, those are my tips when traveling out the country, you guys, and traveling to Mexico specifically. I hope I didn't leave anything out, but if I did and y'all have more questions, comment down below and ask me. If y'all have any more questions, I will be happy to answer them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for supporting me and liking my videos and commenting on my videos and subscribing to my channel. And if you are not subscribed yet, please join the family, you guys. Please join Chi-Town and click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. Any little ounce of support means the world to me, so I truly appreciate you guys. And turn on that notification bell and make sure you share this video with your friends and family. And I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye guys.